One thing you realize about YouTube, if you're on here long enough, if you don't talk good about someone's favorite fighter, you're biased, right? Now the Vergil Ortiz fans say I'm biased towards Vergil Ortiz. You know, one week I'm a Bud buddy. Next week I'm a Bud hater. The following week I'm a Canelo fanboy. The next week I'm a Canelo hater. You can't win with these fans because they're so emotionally attached to these fighters. You gotta love it. YouTube, the home of the fanboys. Now, Derek Chisora says that if Anthony Joshua loses to Jake Paul, it will be the biggest upset in history. As we know, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are finalizing a deal to get in the ring and fight. Now, I would say this, I'm not a big fan of this fight. Let me say that first. But if Anthony Joshua is really fighting Jake Paul, I don't believe it's going to be an exhibition. Thinking about it, I think it's going to be a real fight, and Anthony Joshua is going for the knockout like he did Francis Ngannou. If Anthony Joshua loses his fight to Jake Paul, he will not be able to live it down. And I have to agree with Derek Chisora. I've seen Tyson lose to Buster Douglas. I've seen Hasim Rahman knock out Lennox Lewis. Those are two big upsets in the heavyweight division. This will be the biggest because Jake Paul is not on a Hasim Rahman's or a Buster Douglas level. I mean, we was giving Canelo Alvarez crap when he was about to fight Jake Paul. We also was giving Gervonta Davis crap for fighting Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua deserves the same energy that we gave those two. I think what's mind-boggling about the whole situation is this. We knew when Mike Tyson took the fight against Jake Paul, he needed the money. And when Gervonta Davis took the fight, well, at least to me, I think Gervonta Davis needed the money. I don't think Gervonta Davis is rich as everybody think he is. I think Tank Davis needed that money from the Jake Paul fight. But when you look at Anthony Joshua, he got so much going for him outside the ring. And not mentioning inside the ring, he generates a lot of money. I mean, he doesn't need Jake Paul to make a lot of money. He's a cash cow of the UK. He doesn't need Jake Paul to make that money. So I'm wondering, why would Anthony Joshua take this fight? Leave your comments below if you know the answer. But that's the $1 million question for me. Why is Anthony Joshua taking this fight when he doesn't need to? I mean, he'll make a lot of money, but he makes a lot of money anyway. I don't know, the rights to this content is for educational purposes only. Vergil Ortiz was recently on a podcast and he was telling his side of the story of the whole Boots situation. Let's take a listen.
I can say the same thing about him. How come we didn't fight at Boots' first fight at 154? Supposedly he's supposed to be the future number one pound for pound fighter. How come they had to get someone that was easily, we all know easily it was going to be a first round, second round knockout. We all know how that fight was going to play out. If he has that much confidence in him, how come we didn't make that fight happen next? Because that was the fight. This fight that happened right here, that was supposed to be that fight versus me and him. So Eddie Hearn can say anything that he wants. The bottom line is he had him fight. What's his name?
Yeah. Yeah, at the
end of the day, you know, we were ready to fight him next. We were ready to fight him for this fight, but they went another way. They fought that guy that he knocked out in the first round. So all the people that are commenting right now, I can't read it. It's too small.
So basically, what Vergil is saying is, Boots Ennis ducked me first. And he would be correct. Boots avoided a lot of fights. He avoided a fight with Teofimo Lopez. He wanted to beat Devin Haney in a catchweight, and he was also offered the Vergil Ortiz fight because remember what he said after the Karan Jukachan fight that he needed to move up. He didn't feel good at 147. He was saying all those excuses because his performance wasn't good as other performances, right? Because Jukachan had a different style that gave Boots problems. So he said he wanted to move up to 154, and when he said that, he was offered the Vergil Ortiz fight. So Vergil is correct when he said that. And when that happened, what did we do to him? We ridiculed Jaron Boots Ennis for that. He got criticized for 2 weeks for doing that. But what I also heard, though, is that the Vergil Ortiz fight couldn't happen anyway, even if Boots accepted it, because Vergil was injured. Nevertheless, Jaron Boots Ennis should have accepted the fight and see what happens, right? And to be honest, I didn't think Boots needed a tune-up. And what kind of tune-up was that? You knock a guy out in one round? What kind of tune-up is that, right? But we ridiculed Jaron Boots for that. Now it's Vergil's turn. We acknowledged he ducked you. Now it's time to move on. What about now? Now from the outside looking in, it seems like your management team is ducking, asking for $10 million. I recently heard your dad say you got an injury now, so you can't fight. Yeah, Boots ducked you months ago. And it seems like you're returning the favor. Now you're ducking Boots. Bottom line. But anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Beezy, I'm gone.